Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Toy of the Day here on Kastor's Corner. I tease a little bit on our Instagram page. We're at Kastor's Corner on all social media. I'm your host, Khalil, castorscorner.com. Go check it out. We're going to have an entire gallery of these Marvel Legends, this guy, that we picked up from our friends at Mike's Toys and Stuff. You can find links to his stuff on our page as well. And yeah, so I realize this is too low. I have to pick it up higher or put the camera, whatever. So this is a Joe Fixit wave. It is also nicknamed the Game Reverse Wave Part 2. We got our first one in March, which I never did a review for, so that'll be coming up soon as well. And so we get Joe Fixit, which is an alter ego of the Hulk. Now, they use a suit body from Kingpin with some additions here, or subtractions, however you want to say it. The biggest criticism is he should be gray, not green. That's number one. So it doesn't line up as well. Suit color, I think people wanted a different kind of suit. I like the spats on the shoes, though. They look really cool. And supposedly this is out of the Avengers game. I haven't gotten that far in the game, to be honest with you. So it doesn't really stand for me. But so this is the Build-A-Figure. This is the big guy you get with it. But I think the real selling point of the wave was the characters in the wave. And I think that's really where this wave shines, to be honest with you. Like, it's really nice to have him, and I'm sure people are going to switch out. I think people already have switched out the head or the hands and the hat and stuff. They've been able to customize it so you can get different ways, but I'm just going to leave him the way he is. At some point, we know they will give us a true Joe Fixit, Mr. Fixit wave from the comics. But I'll take the game inspired look for sure. So within the wave, I guess I'll go from weakest to strongest. We get another Cap, stealth suit from the game again. We get him, and we get an alternate somewhere in here. We get alternate head and hands, which are nice. They're great. It doesn't, I think it looks like, I guess you can say this head looks like Steve Rogers. We can get it. There we go. Live camera. I think it looks good. I think this could double as a Clint, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of different ways that you can think about this. The shield is definitely different. The star is much bigger. The blue is much smaller. I've seen Bill has said that he customized well. If you can sand down the shield in the middle, he will look a lot pretty good as a shield agent. So there's options there. Oh, that's way bright. Yeah, I got nothing dark. Oh, we'll use Doc's background. See if that helps. Yeah, helps a little bit. Close-up pictures on the website. That's all I got to tell you. What was better? I like Iron Man armors. Brian got us a few of the Hall of Armors from the Disney store. So we've got a giant bunch of that that we can set up for the Hall of Armors. So this is a blue suit for Iron Man. I like this suit. It shares parts with other Iron Man armors, so it's not completely new. And the other thing is, it didn't come with any repulsor blasts. I know, we've got a ton of them, but when you put the hands that you can have them in, and they're not there, same with foot, no booster blasts at all. You get an unmasked Tony Stark head. Trying to find his helmet. You get the blue and silver helmet, which again looks really good. I like the blue armor for sure. So you get this one with it. Alternate hands, so you got closed fist and the repulsor blast. It's a solid Iron Man figure. Next one is another android. So we got Jocasta. Jocasta. It's nice to have her in the line. I really wish they would redesign or work on the hips a little bit, as well as the hands. She has the alternate like magic hands that like you get with every single female. It'd be nice to see some more options for that. But it kind of fills out the Vision, Ultron, Scarlet Witch family to have her there. And if you're going to go into the Marvel Zombies world, if I remember correctly, she was part of that storyline too. So I think the head, really well done, sculpting the head. Big red eyes, a lot of good color, a lot of silver, kind of lighter silver breaks it up, but it's just a standard female body. So there's not a lot there to kind of talk about. The last three, however, are the stars of the wave. So this is where I think we needed an alternate head. We get Thunderstrike. The gauntlets and the leather jacket couldn't scream 90s and 80s more if you tried. Not to mention the receding hairline and the ponytail. But Thunderstrike was an alternate version of Thor, and when they were still trying to figure out like how to bring him into modern world, and so they gave him this look. And they even gave him a hammer, which is triangular instead of the standard hammer. I know everything's in bags already. I started organizing and I was like, I'm going to open the bags. No, I didn't. So you get a triangle hammer rather than this typical hammer. I honestly don't remember the complete story of Thunderstrike. I'd have to go back and look at it. I'm sure our friend Brian at Fanboy Factor could tell you more about it than I can. And maybe he will do it at some point. But I just like the overall look of them. Like I think it's a really different look. It's another way to get a Thor. I think a lot of us expected a Thor from the video games, but I like this better, to be honest with you. This will stay in my display versus the Gamerverse one, which will probably go in a box and at some point be eBayed off. Although the Iron Man probably won't, but the Cap probably will. And we can use that alternate Cap head and Tony head really for different Shield agents when we get the inevitable $15 one at on Hasbro Pulse. So the final two figures were the ones I wanted the most, to be honest with you. They kind of scratch that itch for classic. Kang needed an update. He was on an old Toy Biz buck. He was part of the Fantastic Four wave. I think wave 2. Fantastic Four Classics or Fantastic Four Legends, whatever they were called back then. Very limited release back then, along with Dragon Man. And that figure was sort of kind of re-released with one of the Walmart waves when Hasbro took over. And it never really worked. I got into a fight with my ex-wife and paid $40 for the original one. And oh my God, I can't believe at the time $40 for an action figure was it was unbelievable. Like I lied. I told people that I only paid $30. I paid $40 for him. Nowadays it's like, oh look, I paid $100 for a Hush Batman, which is May Effects Hush Batman, and I don't even blink about it anymore. Or this guy would have been $35 or $39 if he was by it himself. So yeah, I mean it's all relative, right? But I had the original. I think I still have the original downstairs somewhere. But this is a much needed, much more proportional version of him, and he's going to be part of the MCU soon in the next Ant-Man film. And I posted a picture. I have Kang, a couple different versions of him from Secret Wars. So he's definitely good. He's got like the crazy hands, which have been great. Like I absolutely love the fact that we get all these different hands with him. They're kind of like grasping and like hold the cosmic cube, or he comes with like a big gun. I think it's Blaster or whatever. I think he's really perfection. Thank you, Dwight and Dan and Ryan and the rest, Tony and Laura and all the rest of the team at Hasbro. You guys knocked this one out of the park. It's gorgeous. And then finally, thanks to the MCU, Cap's sidekick, who has stepped out of the shadows to become a great hero of his own, Sam Wilson here as Falcon. Now, this is not a classic Falcon. He does not have the 70s vest. He is a more modern take on the character, but it is one of the more stunning figures they've ever done. Between the white and the red, it's really great. He is pinless from the top, from the waist up. Wings are translucent red. You'll see pictures on the website. And he comes with alternate hands that kind of imitate the flight pose. They got it right because we can also do this with Sam. I know it doesn't seem like much, but being able to put him in a flight pose as a flying character is a huge improvement for the toy line. Just being able to do that where the head actually creeps up. It doesn't just look up. It can kind of slide back into place, chin at there, and he can fly. It's gorgeous. It's really good. Now I will say this. This is my second Falcon. My first one with the pinless technology, this gauntlet here is a separate piece. It's glued in between to give us a wrist peg and the elbow. Problem is, whenever they put the glue on there, they actually glued the first elbow together. So this is my second Falcon. I had to find another one and buy it and then return the broken one. So be careful. That's the one criticism I have about the new pinless tech that they're using. Sometimes the glue goes into the wrong spot and causes an issue with the joints because I couldn't bend his arm at all. And for him to be able to go into a flight pose, you needed to be able to bend his arm, especially when he's in more of a pose like this and flying this way. He needed to be able to bend the arm, and you just couldn't do it. It was completely. I tried freezing it. I tried boiling it. I tried every trick under the sun, and it just didn't work. So, but he is one of the most stunning figures, and was part of my top 10 on the Adventures in Collecting podcast. You can go check that out on Apple Podcasts. He was in my top 10 for sure. So thank you again, guys, all the Marvel team. Thank you all. And Jesse Falcon, thank you guys all for making figures like this, just gorgeous figures like this work and are accessible to us. So there you go. There's a Joe Fixit wave. We're a little long, sorry, but I mean, it's a whole wave, right? It's going to take some time. It's not just one figure. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys go buy them. Mike's Toys and stuff should still have some in stock, maybe, because they're going to be gone or they're probably on their way out. And thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, it's either going to be Star Wars or another Marvel Legends wave. I'm not sure. I took pictures. We'll have full gallery up on the website, castorscorner.com. Make sure to check out our podcast, our new podcast this week with the Fanboy Factor over on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen. And remember to follow us on all social media. We're at Kastor's Corner. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.